Listen closely because what you're about to hear is not just celebrity gossip. This is about pride, loyalty, money, ego, and how one interview turned into a full-blown internet war. One simple conversation, one opinion, one example, that's all it took. Boosie thought he was speaking facts, Victoria Woods thought he was defending betrayal. And the internet picked sides instantly. Within hours, clips were everywhere. Blogs were posting, fans were arguing. And what makes this even crazier is that Boosie kept saying he was neutral. He repeated it again and again. I'm not picking sides, I'm not getting in nobody's business. But sometimes in today's world, even being neutral feels like betrayal to someone. And when Victoria heard his words, she didn't hear wisdom, she didn't hear experience. She heard support for GloRilla, she heard an excuse, and once that idea hit her mind, it was over. She didn't hesitate, she didn't hold back. She went straight to social media and exploded, and that's when everything turned dramatic.
So what do you think what had to happen? And not just on her side, but both sides, because you done some damage by now. You know what I'm saying? What do you think would need to take place for you and your sister to be able to hug again?
That's a question I can't even answer.
Now let's rewind and break this down step by step because context matters. Around February 9th, 2026, Boosie appeared on The Breakfast Club. The vibe was calm at first, normal interview energy. Laughing, joking, talking about the music industry, talking about growth and experience.
I went against my sister on TMZ. It ain't no coming back from it. And I'm prepared to not come back.
Worse though.
Boosie has always carried himself like someone who has survived the game. He speaks like a veteran. He speaks like someone who's seen the highs and the lows. And people respect that about him, but they also know he doesn't filter himself. That's both his strength and his weakness. During the interview, the conversation shifted toward family and money. The hosts asked about the pressure.
I wish that we could have sat down and actually talked and have to come this instead of her lying about the numbers.
Artists feel when they become successful and suddenly everyone around them expects financial support. That's when Boosie leaned forward and really started talking. He said people don't understand how money works in the industry. He said fans see chains, luxury cars, designer clothes, and assume artists are sitting on endless millions. But in reality, he explained, there are expenses people don't see: taxes, label cuts, managers, security, travel, investments, lifestyle costs. He said money looks big on.
That's your family, you her sister. She my sister. Is y'all telling that to her?
On the outside but shrinks fast behind the scenes. Then he gave the example that made everything explode. He said imagine having $1 million. That sounds like a huge amount, right? But then imagine you have 7 brothers and sisters, a mom, a dad, cousins, extended family, everyone expecting a piece. He said if he gave each person $100,000, that million would disappear instantly. That bag is finished before you turn around, he said. And he kept repeating that he wasn't speaking about anyone specifically. He wasn't attacking anyone, he was just explaining reality, but timing is everything, and at that moment, the GloRilla family situation was already trending online. There were rumors.
Like I said, it was all planned. I just wanted all planned. It was like, it just came about, and destiny and fate are two different things.
There were accusations. There were emotional posts floating around about family members not being supported the way people expected. So when Boosie started talking about money disappearing and family pressure, people instantly connected the dots.
What y'all think about Boosie? I don't care about his fan base. I don't care about none of that. This on Tubi movie.
Even though he didn't say GloRilla's name directly, the internet made the link immediately. Victoria Woods was one of the first to react loudly. She did not interpret his words as neutral advice. She interpreted them as defense. In her mind, Boosie was indirectly supporting GloRilla's decision to not financially support certain family members, and Victoria does not play about family loyalty. She believes that when you make it, you reach back. She believes that success should not mean separation. So when she heard Boosie talking about how money runs out fast, she felt like he was making excuses for selfishness. Her reaction was fast and aggressive. She jumped online.
I want to speak on something right quick. I ain't siding with GloRilla, I ain't siding with GloRilla.
And started firing back without hesitation. She called Boosie washed. She accused him of being a hypocrite. She questioned how he could.
People be thinking we have more money than we have. Every artist who got 50 million ain't got 50 million. Every artist you think got 100 million ain't got 100 million.
speak about family responsibility when his own life has been full of public drama. The tone wasn't calm disagreement. It was emotional. It was personal. It felt
When I say if I get everybody, I'm gonna be broke, man. Just think if I got $1 million. I got 7 brothers and sisters.
like she had been waiting for an opportunity to challenge him publicly. Within hours, social media went crazy. Clips from the interview were
I'm not siding with Glow or Blow because that's a family situation. I don't know what happened. I ain't getting no family business.
reposted everywhere. Victoria's response videos started circulating. Comment sections became battlegrounds. Some people defended Boosie, saying he was speaking facts about financial reality. They argued that not every artist is
You got Boosie raccoon eyes talking about some, I'm not on nobody's side, but I'm just saying you are taking side.
responsible for solving every family member's problems. Others defended
Cause basically you saying she ain't got no money, so she ain't trying to give us none. You justifying her. I don't give a
Victoria, saying family loyalty should come first no matter what. They argued that once you become successful, you owe something to the people who helped you survive. The
What y'all think about Boosie? I don't care about his fan base. I don't care about none of that. This on Tubi movie.
argument grew because both sides had truth behind them. Boosie's supporters pointed out that money can destroy families. They said once you start giving, people never stop asking. They said financial boundaries are important. They said
And then I already don't like you anyway, Boosie, because you know why? You don't like gays. You don't like gays. Nas X.
artists have to protect their future and their children. On the other hand, Victoria's supporters argued that family is not just business. They said you cannot measure loyalty with math.
So, I never liked you.
They said if someone supported you before the fame, they deserve support after the fame. What made the situation even more intense was GloRilla's silence. She did not immediately respond. And when the
I thought we were cool. We diabetic.
main person stays quiet during drama, speculation grows even louder. People started assuming things. Some thought she appreciated Boosie speaking up. Others thought she was annoyed he inserted himself into her situation. But because she didn't clarify, the internet filled in the blanks on its own. As days passed, the drama became less about one interview and more about values. It became
And y'all got a big platform. So hell yeah, I got a problem with y'all. Why the y'all ain't got no breakfast up there? It's called a breakfast club.
a bigger conversation about what successful people owe their families. It became about boundaries versus loyalty, about survival versus generosity. Boosie
I'm out, which I don't have a problem with, but just be ready for me to respond. Don't sit here, Charlamagne, with your pickle head.
was speaking from logic, Victoria was speaking from emotion. And those two perspectives rarely agree. The tension between them also highlighted something deeper about public figures. When you are famous, every word carries weight, even if you think you are speaking generally. People will connect your words to specific situations. The internet does not wait for context. It reacts instantly, and once a narrative forms, it spreads fast. Victoria continued to double down on her stance. She made it clear she believed Boosie was normalizing turning your back on family. She framed it as a moral issue. She suggested that money should never change loyalty. Meanwhile, Boosie's camp argued that he was simply sharing life lessons. They said he was trying to warn artists about financial pressure. They insisted he never attacked anyone directly. This clash of perspectives is exactly why the situation went viral. It touched a nerve. Almost everyone watching could relate in some way. Some viewers have experienced family members
well, growing up, it was a struggle. I didn't start living life till I got to adulthood.
expecting money once they became successful. Others have experienced being the family member who felt forgotten. So people didn't just watch this drama, they projected their own experiences onto it. In the end, this wasn't just about Boosie.
When I went to foster care and I seen like it was kind of like a normal, and I'm like, they were like, my foster mom would be like, go and get you some snacks. What?
Or Victoria or GloRilla. It was about a universal issue. Money changes relationships, fame changes expectations. And when those changes happen publicly, the
Hell yeah. But if you ask me, the jail was even better than us.
reaction becomes explosive. Boosie believed he was speaking truth. Victoria believed she was defending honor. The internet turned it into entertainment. And here's the real lesson in all of this. In today's digital world, neutrality doesn't always exist. Even if you claim you're not picking sides.
So my daddy used to rob Peter to pay Paul. So if he borrowed 20, he's gonna have to pay back 40.
Someone will interpret your words as support or attack. And once that interpretation spreads, you can't control it anymore. This story shows how fragile public perception really is. One example. One statement.
Because we used to make each other laugh while our stomachs rumble.
One misunderstanding, and suddenly you're trending for all the wrong reasons. Boosie walked into that interview thinking he was just sharing experience. Victoria logged into social media thinking she was standing up for family values. By the end of the week, both of them were at the center of a viral
So when I text her and it went green, I'm like, okay. My mama told me she changed her number.
storm. And the craziest part? This might not even be the final chapter, because when strong personalities clash publicly, there's always another response, another clip, another reaction waiting to happen. And if GloRilla finally speaks directly about it, the entire conversation could shift again. For now, the internet remains divided. Some believe Boosie spoke hard truths about money and boundaries. Others believe Victoria defended something more important than money, loyalty. And maybe the truth sits somewhere in the middle, but one thing is clear, in 2026.
She can get all of her like $2,500 a piece.
How much?
$2,500.
Interview is all it takes to spark a digital wildfire, and this situation proved exactly that. Is y'all telling that to her too? Or is it only Victoria that gets the smoke? That question right there changed the whole conversation, because for a whole week, the internet
She's not doing nothing. 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 She's not doing nothing for family. At all.
was loud, everybody had opinions, everybody had something to say. She shouldn't have gone public, she's clout chasing, she's wrong for speaking out. The timeline was flooded, reaction videos everywhere.
She do little oohs and ahs for our parents or whatever, but barely nothing because my mama still clocking the clock at FedEx. Oh, she don't want to worry. Gloria got y'all believing this fake ass imaginary thing where she retired them.
Where? Think pieces, tweets, podcasts. But let me ask you something real. How many of those same people went into GloRilla's comments and said, check on your sister? How many told her to reach back? How many said, family first, because from where it looks, the accountability only went one direction, and that's what made this situation hit different. This isn't just another celebrity drama. This isn't just internet entertainment. These are real sisters, real blood, real childhood, real struggle. And when Victoria spoke, whether you agree with her or not, you could hear something in her voice. That wasn't just anger, that was pain. Right now, there's no public reconciliation. No smiling family photo, no we're good now post. GloRilla has stayed quiet, focused on her music, building her brand, moving smart, and honestly, nobody can blame her for grinding. When you come from nothing and finally make it, you protect that.
She was saying, our mama don't with Gloria. I mean, Gloria don't our mama because our mama got a job. Like, having a job is a bad thing.
Success with everything you have. Victoria, on the other hand, keeps posting, keeps explaining, keeps defending herself. And every time she does, the internet lights up again. More debates, more judgment, more sides being picked. Meanwhile, Boosie apologized and went back to being Boosie. Finesse to Time said what he said and disappeared from the topic. Tory Lanez is still locked up, and the internet already moved on to the next trending beef. That's how social media works. Yesterday's pain becomes today's old news. But for the Woods family, this isn't content, this is real life. These are siblings who once shared air mattresses on the floor. Siblings who remember when a late-night McDonald's run felt like Christmas morning, when splitting fries was normal.
And then you with the same person that wrote a 2-page brother. This time you made you do 2 years in prison.
When dreams were bigger than their pockets, one of them became a millionaire. One of them made it to stages, lights, cameras, interviews. The others are still trying to figure it out, and that's where things get complicated. Because when one person rises fast, the distance doesn't just become physical, it becomes emotional. It becomes financial, it becomes mental. The gap between we and me gets wider without anybody noticing at first. Success changes relationships. People don't like to admit it, but it does. When you're broke together, it's simple, nobody expects much because nobody has much. But when one sibling
Never happened.
Okay, that never happened.
makes it, now there's pressure to help, pressure to provide, pressure to stay the same person, pressure to not forget where you came from, and sometimes that pressure isn't spoken calmly in private. Sometimes it builds quietly, through missed calls, through misunderstandings, through pride, through silence, until one day it explodes. Victoria said none of this was planned. And that matters, because people online act like
So if you got 5 people saying it didn't happen and one person saying it happened, who you gonna believe?
5 people, yeah.
Exactly.
Every emotional moment is calculated, but pain doesn't always follow strategy. Sometimes it spills out because it feels ignored behind closed doors. Imagine growing up with someone, sharing everything, and then one day they're on billboards and tour buses while you're still in the same city dealing with everyday problems. That's not automatically jealousy. That's complicated emotion. That's human. And being the successful sibling isn't easy either. You're expected to save everyone, fix everyone, fund everyone, and still smile for cameras like nothing is heavy. Fame magnifies everything. A small disagreement becomes a headline. A private argument becomes a viral clip. A family issue becomes public debate. And once it goes public, you can't take it back. Screenshots last forever. Clips get reposted forever, even if they fix things tomorrow. The internet will always remember the drama. That kind of exposure creates damage that's hard to undo. But the internet simplifies everything into good versus bad, right versus wrong, villain versus victim. Real families are never that simple. There are years of history behind every sentence. There are childhood memories behind every argument. There are sacrifices nobody online sees. There are conversations nobody hears. All we get are pieces, 10-second clips, out of context quotes, and we build entire stories around them. The truth is, underneath all the ranting and viral moments, there's hurt. The struggle was real. The childhood was real. The bond was real. And the distance now is
The topic. You supposed to be getting that build a bear looking at out of jail. Why are you worried about what the toy you talking about? Now
real too. Sometimes the loudest person isn't the villain. Sometimes they're just the one who feels unheard. And sometimes the quiet one isn't heartless. They're overwhelmed. We don't
how you gotta literally you was a rapper. How the do you go from a rapper to a streamer? Some not adding up.
know who called first. We don't know who ignored who. We don't know what promises were made behind the scenes. We only see the aftermath. Think about sharing air mattresses as kids. Think about dreaming big together. That bond doesn't disappear overnight, but money can stretch it. Fame can.
I ain't even mad at you, bro. Just send me some cash, cause I know you gotta make your beans. And if I'm the topic to make you make your beans, go ahead.
Test it. Pride can damage it, and once trust cracks inside a family, rebuilding it takes more than a public apology. It takes humility. It takes uncomfortable conversations. It takes both sides choosing healing over ego. The sad part.
And then you got like GloRilla's sister, I'ma say it again. I'm only mad because you speaking on your family.
Is the world treats it like entertainment. People laugh, people pick sides, people argue in comments. But nobody feels the weight of sitting across.
At the end of the day, that's your family. Get off your and go make some for yourself.
From your sibling knowing something is broken. Trends fade, albums drop, tours end, headlines disappear. But family issues don't just disappear because the timeline refreshes. Maybe the better question isn't who was right or wrong. Maybe the better question is how did it get this far? Because situations like this don't explode in one day, they build slowly. Through hurt feelings that were never addressed. Through expectations that were never clearly spoken. Through pride that refused to bend, then one day, it spills out. Publicly, whether reconciliation happens or not, one thing is clear. Success doesn't automatically heal childhood wounds. Money doesn't automatically fix emotional distance. Fame doesn't protect you from family conflict. If anything, it shines a brighter light on it. So before judging too hard, remember this: behind every viral clip is a real person. Behind every trending topic is a real family. And behind every public rant is usually a deeper story, because at the end of the day, this isn't just content.